The trial of the former police officer charged with murdering Tatiana Jefferson will stay in Fort Worth, but a seemingly annoyed judge agreed to delay jury selection until next month. Aaron Dean is charged with murder for shooting through a window and killing Jefferson inside her mother's home October 2019. Dean's attorneys wanted his trial delayed and moved out of Tarrant County because they said there was too much pretrial publicity. Fox 4's Macy Jenkins is in Fort Worth with more on the judge's ruling. Macy.
Hi, Steve. Well, the family has been through quite a bit this week. I heard Tatiana Jefferson's family members let out a sigh of disappointment as Judge Hagerman decided that this trial will be delayed by another 5 weeks. On the other hand, one of Jefferson's sisters left the courtroom in tears when the judge ruled that this trial will in fact take place here in Tarrant County.
State of Texas versus Aaron York Dean.
Throughout this week's pretrial hearing, Aaron Dean's defense team has been focused on two motions. One, to get the trial moved out of Tarrant County, and two, to delay the trial once again.
Yeah, but you don't have any idea how long that's going to be.
Just don't know how long.
Since Monday, Judge David Hagerman has sat through more than 15 hours of media coverage in an attempt by Dean's attorneys to prove he would not be able to get a fair trial in Tarrant County. In October 2019, the former Fort Worth police officer responded to the South Fort Worth home of Jefferson's mother after a neighbor called police to report the front door had been left open late at night. Dean did not identify himself as an officer before shooting through a window and killing her. Roughly an hour after the last clip was played in court, Judge Hagerman made his decision.
Therefore, is the finding of this court that while the news media coverage was pervasive and prejudicial, it was not inflammatory. The defendant's motion for change of venue is hereby denied. This case will be tried in Tarrant County.
Next up, the defense made its final arguments on a motion to delay the trial, citing a lack of time to review new evidence and the deteriorating health of lead defense attorney Jim Lane.
For the last 2 months, Mr. Lane has been completely unavailable to us.
Defense attorneys Bob Gill and Miles Brissett argued that Lane, a seasoned attorney familiar with police shooting cases, is integral to Dean's defense. They say Lane was set to make opening statements and cross-examine witnesses. But since he's been ill for the last several weeks, they need more time to allow him to recover before trial.
You're basically asking the court for a blank check on this thing, to continue it indefinitely, and that I won't do.
After a 30-minute recess, Judge Hagerman granted the motion for a continuance, allowing the defense 5 additional weeks to prepare.
The trial shall begin on June 23rd without exception and with or without Mr. Lane.
Former Dallas County prosecutor Russell Wilson, who is not affiliated with the case, says he agrees with the judge's decision to keep the trial in Tarrant County.
But when you have a jurisdiction as large as Tarrant County, or Dallas County, it would be unusual that you could not find 12 people that could be fair and impartial in the case.
And regarding the delayed start, Wilson says Gill and Brissett are experienced enough to get ready by June, regardless of Lane's recovery.
I think that is a sufficient amount of time to be able to make that type of shift. The actual issues in the case are rather narrow.
His prediction:
I think this case could be tried in less than a week.
Now, regardless of how the defense attorneys decide to proceed, Judge Hagerman made it clear this will be the final delay. Jury selection is set for June 20th, with the trial supposed to begin on the 23rd.